Hey, y'all. Happy New Year to you. I'm fixed to run to town. I've got me a little list right here. I'm out of toothpaste. Now, that's a bust. I've been using baking soda for probably a week and a half to brush my teeth. Good morning, Patty. Happy New Year, darling, to you. Happy New Year. I hope it just brings wonderful, wonderful time to all of you. But anyway, I am up. I am fixing to go to town. I'm eating lunch with Hannah. She came over here a while ago. She said, I got to buy some hog jaw. I said, you don't have to. I already bought it. Just come over here and get what you need, and I'll use some of it too. But anyway, she's cooking, I think, turnip greens today with hog jaw, black-eyed peas. I don't know what all. I said, do I need to bring anything? She said, no, just yourself. I said, okay. So I'm wearing my new sweater that their little family gave me for Christmas. Isn't it pretty? I love these big old fat sleeves on it. I think it's cute. And then I had this scarf. I thought that'll be cute today to keep my neck kind of warm. And Walt has ordered us some things to go over our pipes because we're supposed to get down in the really freezing weather next week. And so anyway, I'm headed to town, and even in the wintertime, I have to wear sunglasses because the glare just kills my eyes. I can't take it. I'm going to go by the dollar store and buy some really cheap bath rugs, just the cheapest they've got. Because, when my house flooded the other day, I don't have anything. I've got 4 rooms that are without a floor. There's just concrete there. And because it all got flooded. And so I'm going to go and buy some cheap bathroom rugs. I don't care if they match or anything. Just something when I step out of the shower, I won't be standing on raw concrete without a finish on it. And throwing up dust and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to do that. I'm also out of toothpaste. Let me get my list. I don't see what all I did. I've been making this thing for a week. I need hydrogen peroxide. I need a little Visine for my eye. It's doing a lot better. I need some dish soap, some garbage bags, some olive oil, some vitamin D3. I need a cheap shower curtain. That when I answered the phone, that was Hannah calling. Did you hear what she said? She said, Mama, when you come, there's some things I want you to bring. I said, what is it? She said, those squash pickle that we had over at your house the other day. And I don't know which one of you made those for me, but one of you did. And they are so good. We drag them out of the refrigerator every time. And then she said, bring pepper salts. So I've got a huge jar of that I made that jalapeno pepper salts back in the summer. And what else did she say? Oh, Lord, have I forgotten? Oh, pepper jelly. And it's one that y'all made and sent me. So we're going to be your pepper jelly for lunch today. I'm excited about that, too. So the front yard is all chewed up because I'm having to have new septic tank lines put in. So all that work I did on trying to grow grass, well, that's out. Let me finish my list. What was I saying about them? Oh, I want a cheap shower curtain and some cheap rugs. And the reason I want that is just because I'm going to look and see what I can find me to go up that I like after I get my floor in and all. There's just no use of me trying to decorate or do until that's done. And I was reading this morning out of the book of James, and what chapter 2 is actually saying to us is if we have faith, the works will follow. We're not saved by the good works we do. You can do stuff for folks all day long, and that doesn't save us. What saves us is our faith in God. And it started talking about Abraham back in the Old Testament when Abraham put his son on that altar like God told him to, and he was going to destroy his son by fire. because God told him to. But he was testing his faith. And Abraham did exactly what God told him. And at the end, he said, don't do it, Abraham. Don't do it. But he was going to, because that was what God wanted him to do. So if God's put something in your heart this morning that you needed to do this coming year, which is today it starts, whether to be kinder, whether to get your house in order, whether it's to find a volunteer job because you've been sitting around too much and you don't want a real job, you just want to volunteer somewhere, or whether it's to write a book, or whether it's to make a quilt for a new grandbaby, whatever, work in the soup kitchen, whatever God has put on your heart. And you know, he has different jobs for everybody. Everybody's not got the same job or the same desire. I mean, we know that. Even it got to talking about in that chapter 2 in James. It also talks about the prostitute Rahab. Rahab was a prostitute. She had a house that was fixed to be invaded because they were looking for somebody. And God told her to hide them. He put it in her heart to hide those 2 men, or 3, I think it was 2, in her house. And she hid those men because she followed what God told her to do. And her works, the work of hiding those 2 men, showed her faith in God. So it doesn't matter if you're a prostitute, a robber, a murderer, a good person, a bad person. It doesn't matter. We all need the Lord, every one of us. And sin is sin. In chapter 1 of James, it was talking about if a man came into your church and he was ragged and he looked bad, he needed to shave, he needed a bath, but he came to your church and you told him, you sit right back here in the back. And then another man came into the church all decorated in his gold, and he probably had a lot of money and all like that. Well, we told him to just come sit over here in my seat. Come and sit in my seat. Well, what did you do? You showed a difference in your love for the 2 different people that there were. And that's showing that you didn't do right. you didn't do right. You should have welcomed the poor man too. You know, the Bible's just so full of all kind of information for us. And so I took my pen this morning as I was looking in James. And I did James 1, chapter 1 yesterday, and I did chapter 2 today. But I wrote in it. I write in my Bibles. I underline, I circle words. I mean, it looked like a zoo in there by the time I get through with it. This is a new Bible that one of you gave me. It's a study Bible, and I really enjoyed it because it's got a lot of information down at the bottom that tells what the verses mean. You know, sometimes we need a little help figuring that out. And I don't think we'll ever know all what God has for us to say. I really don't. I think that it's new and wonderful every day. It's like the other day when I told y'all, somebody asked me about what was my favorite verse. And I said it changes all the time. It just changes all the time. But some of you said Jeremiah 11 was yours, and that's the verse where God says that he's showing his love by he wants to give you prosperity and a fullness of life. I don't remember the exact words, but in other words, he only wishes and loves the best for you, and he's going to give you the best. What we need to do is recognize the best. It's not a huge house, and it's not the finest car on the market. Our best is what, in other words, be happy with what God blesses you with. If it's only one child that God has blessed you with, well, love that baby. love that child, enjoy that child, because it's a gift from God. Don't pine over the ones you don't have yet. If he sees fit, he'll give you another one. He may not want you to have another one. He may want that to be your only child. Or he may give you 7 or 8. But be proud with whatever God gives you. That's what it's saying. I know my kitchen is not as big as some of y'all's kitchens. Y'all got that big granite countertop island and granite top counters. And that's wonderful that you have it. And I know you enjoy it. I know I'd enjoy it too. But I don't have it. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to gripe and growl and be sad and everything because God's given me a little kitchen? No. I'm supposed to be happy. And I'm supposed to cook in my little kitchen. I'm supposed to cook in there and cook for me and my family and whoever. And I'm supposed to cook healthy. I'm supposed to do something with the kitchen. That stove in there is not just for decoration. It's to be used for the glory of God. That house you live in is to be used for the glory of God. And how can you use it? You have visitors and friends in your home for, you can call them up and say, come for coffee, come for a whatever. Anyway, I'm reading all y'all's little things. I hope y'all do have a wonderful, wonderful new year. I pray that you will look up. I pray that God blesses you beyond measure. I really do. And I wish the best for our country. I know this morning I turned on the news and I saw where someone had run into a crowd of people. Dear God, what's wrong? There's this evil around us. And it seems like we can't avoid it. But we can love God in it. And pray for those people that are going through a tremendous heartbreak today, this morning, in Louisiana. I'm sure all those people that were hurt today or killed or maimed are not all from Louisiana. I'm sure they're from other places, but their mamas and daddies today and brothers and sisters that are grieving because they lost somebody there. And so anyway, I just, y'all, we just can't pray enough, can we? We can't do enough. But I do pray for this year. I pray that you'll get all your ducks in a row. I pray that you'll throw out that stuff that's in your house that you've been meaning to do. Lord, get you a box or two or a garbage bag. Pile all that stuff in there that's cluttering your house and give it to somebody that needs it. Carry it to your Christian center. Carry it to some kind of Hannah home. There's a Hannah home. There's a Goodwill store. There's all kind of places that you can take your things. And it's gonna make you feel better. I'm telling you, how many boxes are you walking around? This coming week or the next, I am gonna buy me a washer and a dryer that doesn't take an hour and a half to wash. I can't get my washing done because the daggum washing machine goes on and on and on, and then it won't let you open the top of it to see what's going on. So, I mean, I'm just disgusted. So if you have a brand name in a washing machine that you think you ought to try, please let me know. I also, or a brand name not to try, I also need a big tub thing in mine. I can't have one of those little ones. I got to have a big one because of the work that I do. I just got to have the big tub. So, anyway, that's what's going on in my life in this New Year's Day. And so I hope y'all have a wonderful New Year's. God bless you so richly. And don't wait on something to happen. Get up and do it. Nothing can happen if you just sit in that chair all the time. Get up. Get up and do something. Rake a yard. Cut some shrubbery. This is the year to cut it. I mean, the time of year to cut it. So, Because God loves you. He gave you your body to get out there and do something. And so get out there and do something. Happy New Year to you, my sweet followers. You are loved. You are loved. Look up. Love you. Bye-bye.